Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about social experiments of sorts. I think we've all witnessed those videos, TikToks, whatever, where there's a person with a mic who just goes up to a random person in the street and asks them questions. Now, I've seen the wholesome version of this, which is, you know, they'll go up to a couple and they'll be like, how did you know you fell in love? What did you do your first date? Blah, blah, blah. Very cute. Like I said, very wholesome, but we know that's not the side of the internet I'm on most of the time. The side of the internet I'm on is the side that makes you question why you still pay for the internet sometimes. So anyway, I don't know if it's the algorithm that fed it to me because it really just came up on my Twitter timeline randomly. This video came up where, again, it was like one of those social experiments, someone you don't know, quote unquote, because like at the end of the day, I don't know what's staged or not with this shit, but regardless, someone you allegedly don't know comes up to you with a mic and asks you questions. I'm just gonna tell you now, some of the shit these people say, you could not waterboard out of me. Truly not.
Toxic that you like.
I'm really manipulative. It's just how I am.
See, now, I don't know why I found that first girl very unnerving. It might have just been because the clip was super short and she said something relatively unnerving, just being like, I'm manipulative. That's just the way I am. Okay, bye. I would have wanted some follow-ups. I want them to find this person and ask some follow-ups because I don't know, we could have just crossed paths with not necessarily a serial killer, but based on the people I've met on college campuses, it wouldn't even really surprise me at this point.
What's something toxic that you like?
I like when females hit me, put their hands on me.
Why said that?
I don't know, I don't know what turn me on.
Listen, what you want to do in the bedroom is none of my business. I'm just gonna leave that one there. I don't know if it's because I'm a private person, so I don't share a lot about all that much on the internet. I feel weird about a lot of these. I think it's also because of the buildup, in the sense of if you're having a 1-hour conversation with someone, a 1-hour interview, and you build up to talk about love, sex, relationships, whatever, I'd still probably not talk about certain things, but here I feel like what makes it so jarring to me is how abrupt this is. It's like, hello, I've never met you. What's something toxic you enjoy? And you choose. They don't ask you for something sexually toxic or relationship toxicity. They literally ask you anything. And of course, toxicity has to do with some kind of relationships, whether it's friendships, familial relationships, whatever. So obviously it has to involve other people, but it's kind of funny how these people will just say shit that is so absolutely private. That's not a judgment. If you want to talk about that, that's fine, but I always find it so funny and jarring because I'm like, I cannot believe, like, you could not. Okay.
Hey, what's something toxic that you like?
Like, I'd be making a man mad just so like he could put me against the wall.
Okay, I think this is probably the most vanilla, and I don't mean that in an insulting way, but probably the least concerning, let's put it that way. Moving on.
Hey, what's something toxic that you like?
I would share my location with a nigga and I make sure he know I'm at the other nigga house.
Now that is some shit. I had never thought of that prior to watching this video. And I do think that there is something deeply unhealthy behind all of these things. But I'm not gonna focus on that because I'm not equipped to psychoanalyze those things. So I'd rather just not comment, other than saying some of this shit is really fucked up, you guys. I guess I'm not the type of person who really checks people's locations. I don't really share locations with many people, and if I do, there's typically a reason for it. I don't really relate to that aspect. I don't know if you guys do, and I don't even know if it's like a generational thing, because like the only people who really check my locations were like my mom and my aunt when I'd have to walk back an hour from therapy and it was evening, right? Okay, whatever. But other than that, I don't really ever check anyone's location.
Hey, what's something toxic that you like?
When they don't care, because I don't want someone who like cares too much, because then that's just too much feelings for me.
When they don't care, because when they care, that's too much feelings for me. I mean, I think this one is probably one of the ones that a lot of people are gonna relate to. Maybe that's me being pessimistic, or maybe that's me actually being optimistic. Both of those are deeply concerning to me. But regardless, I feel like this is probably one of the most common things I see, but I feel like people aren't necessarily aware of it, in the sense of, I think we've all known people who say they just want friends with benefits, they just want fuck buddies, whatever the case may be. It might be that, you know, it might just be that you don't want to commit, you just want to have a good time, whatever. whatever is right for you. However, within that category of people who just want to see people and have it be very relaxed or whatever, I feel like there are a lot of people who are actually very afraid of committing, of being vulnerable and getting their feelings hurt, which are all valid fears, to be honest. I've dealt with them myself. So this one actually might very well be a very common one that people just simply don't address or don't question, right? Also because I think that the majority of us at some point will feed a level of delusion, you know? So like as soon as you get the inkling of like, hey, maybe I'm not committing, not because I don't want to commit, but because I'm afraid, because if I commit, that means that I've invested something and someone could just decide to walk away and shatter my heart into a million pieces, and then I'll just never be the same again. Kind of sounded like I was making the argument to not commit, but I'm just saying you are in that position of vulnerability. And that goes with basically any relationship though, even friendships. The moment you invest time in them, the moment you start telling them your secrets, the moment you do any of that, you've got something to lose. And I think that's also what makes them valuable, is that you have something that you could lose.
Hey, what's something toxic that you like?
Ultimatums in a relationship. You know, my boyfriend, he'll be like, oh, like if we're gonna do this together, then like we have to do X, Y, and Z. Like otherwise we're not gonna do it at all.
Okay, this one I was not prepared for because this is some real kind of, I don't want to say psycho shit in the literal way of like psychopath, but it's like I could see a horror movie villain pulling some of this shit. I don't know why this made me think of Saw. I hate ultimatums, always have. I do think that there comes a point where you're at the end of the line and there has to be kind of an ultimatum, like you have to pick yes or no, am I doing this or not? That being said, a lot of the times when things are phrased as ultimatums, I find that it's manipulative. Like a lot of the times you're not at the end of the line, a lot of the times there isn't the need for an ultimatum. There are a lot of ultimatums that I find not only manipulative, but so preemptive, I guess.
Hey, what's something toxic that you like?
I like when I'm picking a fight with my man and he fights me back, like hit me, like, cause I won't fight, like, you know. I like when I fight my man and he hit me back because like I'm really a man beater, like I'm gonna hit you, like I'm gonna swing on you, I'm gonna smack you in your face, like smack me back, cause like I like that. Show me like, yeah, he aggressive, I fuck with that.
Okay, I don't know. I just really don't know anything here. Part of me is like, okay, something is very wrong. I can't tell if this is a type of BDSM thing where it's like a kink, because that would make sense. But the way this is put, it really just seems like you're swinging at each other and there's no, like, it's not foreplay, it's not a kink, it's really just you're swinging at each other, which then I'm not gonna say is toxic because I don't know, but I can't really imagine that being particularly healthy. Also because, on a serious note, I do feel like you have to have very clear parameters of when you can be quote unquote playful like that. Because I feel like if even one of the two people is passive aggressive about something at the moment, if they're mad at the moment, whatever, you having those like what are supposed to be play fights turn serious real quick, which is also why I can't really tell, you know, like when it's a kink, at least you know it's a kink because before or after or during there's some kind of sex involved. Here though, I just feel like you need to be able to read the situation really well, or else we could move towards like, where does it turn into playfully hitting you back, which already, I don't know how I feel about any of that to begin with, but going with it, playfully hitting you back, where does it cross into, oh, he hit me a little too hard this time. Oh, now when he gets mad, you know what I mean? And I'm not projecting that onto this particular relationship. I'm just saying, what are the parameters there? How do you make sure that doesn't turn into something actually toxic?
Hey, what's something toxic that you like?
Getting blocked, it's like flirting.
Getting blocked, it's like flirting. I love that I just cut off there. I was just like, yeah, that's enough of that. I don't know about this one, guys. The majority of the other ones, I really could try to understand. I don't know what kind of gratification you get from being blocked. Also because, at least for me, I don't block people easily. I typically only do that once there are sexual creepy shit or death threats, and even then there's some people who have sent me death threats that I don't even think I blocked. I just left it on scene. I have to be pushed to a very extreme level to block someone. You have to really be annoying me. So when she says getting blocked is like flirting, it's like, I'm not saying everyone's like me. Some people probably block more easily, but it's like You had to annoy someone enough where they so don't want to talk to you that ignoring you isn't enough. Ignoring you isn't enough. They are going to go out of their way to be like, this person, I'm kind of giving them a social media no contact order. Like that, girl, this may be the most delusional take of all of them. That is not flirting. It really isn't. Not that I'm Dr. Love over here. Maybe it's flirting today, and if it is, God help us all. You probably should stay away before they get a restraining order. I don't know what you do after they block you to continue this flirtation, but if you continue to contact them, you might have problems with the law at some point. I'm just saying. But I also just don't know what sense of gratification you get on the other end, because as far as I remember, flirting is supposed to be a two-sided thing with like positive emotions of sorts, right? What do you get from being blocked? Like aside from the initial thrill, I'm assuming, of seeing that you're blocked. Like what if you're just never gonna talk to them again? Are you married at that point? Like where are you? How does that go forward? Anyways, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think this is very interesting and also terrifying to me. The more I find out about the dating world, the more, you know, the nunnery starts just looking good, though I might need to talk to them about changing the outfits. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.